It's been a pretty tough year now for startups and tech folks getting laid off and tech companies going out of business, mine being one of them as well. I found myself trying to figure out how to make an income, so I started doing Fiverr and gig work. Um, it's been about a year now that I started doing it. I started around October of last year. Between October and December, I figured out how to make roughly about $15,000 to $17,000 as more of a test to see if these gig platforms are actually able to make you're able to make an income from using these gig platforms. Going into the 2025 year, had much more success. But one of the things that I noticed was that the platforms like Fiverr are not really geared for uh, managing your clients and your customers. So if you're successful and you're doing a good job, you could end up with, 30, 40 customers that you're trying to manage and work with. I found that to be really annoying because um, you would ask your customer for information. Say you need a logo or some kind of file or something for them for the project, and they would either send it via email or they put it on Fiverr, and then Fiverr has two channels for communication through chat. So just trying to keep track of the basic information that you need to build a product for your clients was a real pain. So over the last 6 months, I have put together a new platform that helps me manage my customers and put something on, makes it easier for them to send me information and for me to request information for them. So here's Planverse. This is how I manage my projects for Fiverr and the other gig platforms that I'm doing work on. I built this out of just of a necessity to have a tool that allowed me to manage and track the projects and provide a feedback loop for my clients. So this is the overview page. Pretty straightforward. Tells you how many projects you have. What is your cost? What is it? What are you making from each from your collective projects? Where are you in the milestones, percentages? What is the overall completions of the project? So at a glance, I can really see really fast where I am in all the projects. Do I have a space to bring in more projects? And am I on track for my revenue scheme? Um, the next is really specific to a project. So over here, you have your list of projects that you can pick from so that you can get a project help to see where that project is. Really quick, fast dashboard for me to see where things are. So I can see it's on time, 90% of the project's done, next milestones, outstanding invoices. We're in the business of making money and making sure we're collecting. So we want to make sure that that stands out as I go through each one of the projects. Part of my projects is really putting together a design for the applications that I'm building, whether it's a mobile app or a web app. And there's assets that need to be approved, cleared, and reviewed by the customer. So they're able to upload them. I'm able to look at them. We can both go over these in a meeting and approve them. They can leave a comment associated with those particular assets so that we can get through that process and that phase correctly. Next is my milestone. So I work in a milestone based. I find it really easy for my customers. It's still a project, but I break the project into smaller milestones, and each milestone has a monetary value associated with it. Makes it easy for the customer to get their head around it and see how the product is progressing and where we are in the roadmap. So this allows me to quickly look at a glance and see what needs to be done, what's not done, what's completed. And I'm managing this from a day to day. So as I'm making changes, updates to, an interface or creating new services or things like that, I'm able to go in and modify that number. Checklist I found to be very important. There are pre and post checklists on a project. So there's things that the customer needs to do up front or things that I need to do. We're in alignment because they see this overview page. When I have a share feature that takes this overview, sends it to them, and they're able to go in and say, oh, I signed up, and check it off. It shows up on my side that it's been checked off, so that we're both in alignment and know that everything that needs to be done pre-post. You can have as many checklists as you need. Usually I have this initial one just because I need them to configure things for mobile app and get them going. You can also attach other checklists that you have, like a post checklist or a pre-production checklist, and make sure these things are checked off. This way we're both in sync. Files is where you can upload images or just arbitrary files for the project. So they need a terms and conditions, they need privacy policies, descriptions, whatever they need. The client you can request this of the client. The client can go and upload it, goes to this repository, and now I can go view, edit, make changes, delete them, move them around, pull them out, and use the data as I need inside the mobile app. Instead of trying to chase it down and figuring out, did they email it to me, or did they put it on to the gig platform, or they just forgot in general, and we can go back and figure out where those files are. Now everything is in one central place. Notes is when I'm sitting down with a customer, having a conversation with them, and we're able to collect and take notes about the project and see where the project is. And then I can refer back to these, create to-do lists, or make modifications to the code base that I'm building. And, this process is sort of a recyclable process. It keeps going around in a circle, and you keep refining it and going down until you get to completion. And of course, there's billing. So every time I complete a milestone, there is an invoice that needs to be paid. And that we don't have billing in here yet, but we're looking to add Stripe as the billing platform. And when you complete a task and you mark it as complete, automatically sends them invoicing, talks with Stripe to figure out if it was paid or not, and process it. Right now, we're not actually doing billing in the platform, but that's a feature that's coming next. I'll go back to the top and just jump in so you can see some of how so you can get an overview of what some of the detail screens look like. So going on to projects, here's a quick overview of all the projects, where they stand individually, the versioning. And the versioning is important. When you go into doing design, you have screens that get versioned. The user doesn't like the way something looks or the color or style. I just upload a new one. It creates a new version. They can now create comments. Makes it easy to track. Tells me how many milestones I have, outstanding invoices, of course, and how many checklists are associated with the particular project. Here's the design page. All you're really doing is clicking new design, giving it a title, a summary, feedback, and your status, and you're uploading an image and or video. Sometimes I record videos that I want them to look at, and it'll show up in the design section. They can look at it, approve it, make comments or feedback about a particular video. The milestone section is where everything gets broken down. And this is where you go and take this entire project, break it into smaller pieces, and then assign a payment to it. And again, you can come in here, do a quick look at it and see what things are outstanding, where you are on your timeline. Did they pay for that milestone? So if you need to reach back out to them. Here's your checklist. This is where you go to create new checklist, give it a title, and start adding the tasks. We'll also added a feature to add a URL. A lot of times they need to go sign up for things. This allows them to go to that website without trying to figure it out. Just click open link and it takes you to the website. They can then go make the sign up for the account or make a payment or whatever it is that they need to do. They can manage that here without actually thinking about it. Once you create that checklist, you can assign the checklist to any project. So you don't have to redo them over and over again. Just use the same checklist. Notes is pretty simple. When I'm sitting there in a client, I don't want anything complicated. I just want to sit here and type a note. Another thing I do is I record it via chat and then take the transcripts and I drop them in there so I have them later. And you can go back and see the notes, and refer to the notes later while you're doing your development work. Files is pretty straightforward. Hit the upload, figure file, drop the file in. It's there. You can then view the file. You can delete the file. You can go in and make edits. Sometimes I want to change the file name. You can even change what project it's connected to. Sometimes I screw up, have the wrong project, and I need to move it. Billing just shows you right now the outstanding billing. It does, like I said, it does not do the billing for you. It just shows you the outstanding invoices for a particular client. One of the cool things that I decided to add was a team manager. This allows people to have groups of people utilize this platform together. I found that in order to be very successful with Fiverr, you need to start building teams. So now I'm able to provide I'm able to go in and I'm able to add the designers and the videographers and the web developers and all those folks. So now they can see what's going on inside of a particular project and see what assets they need. So we're all using the same tool, and there's a share feature, like I said, of the overview page that the customer gets. So they're able to look at that and make updates to it. So now when I go in, I can just type a message that, hey, new assets, go in and approve the assets, or I need your terms and conditions. Can you upload the terms and conditions file? So this is Planverse, and planning on releasing this in the upcoming weeks. I hope you guys like it. Feel free to sign up. You can go and sign up for free and take a look at it. You don't get much from the free account. It allows you to create one project or a proposal, one milestone, but it gives you a way of playing with it. And then you're able to go in and do an upgrade. So here's what you get for the basic plan, the pro plan, and the team plan. Oh, look, that's wrong. I got to go fix that. And hope you enjoy it. Thanks. Bye.